Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a reading vlog again, and as you know from the title, Yep, we are finally reading this. So this is one of the books that I picked on my April TBR jar prompt video, and this has been on my TBR for quite a long time. So let's do this. It's the weekend. I am planning to literally rot in bed and read this book for the whole 2 days, okay? Saturday and Sunday. Wait, how many pages does it have? Let me check. If it's more than 800, I'm gonna internally cry. 757. Okay, not much. We shall try to finish this in 2 days. I'll go get some snacks and see you again tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's officially the next day. I took a shower and I'm ready to read. I have everything ready. I have my book, water, some food, my annotation pens, and I also decided to read it from the audiobook because it's faster for me that way. I'm really excited about my feelings towards Nesta by the time I finish this book. There are so many people who either love her or hate her, and I want to know where I fall. And obviously the smut guy's smut. It better be good. I'm sure it's good. Everybody says it's good. So anyways, I'll start. So Cassian just saw her wearing another man's shirt only. And, he's just grinning and he's taking it nicely. I just love how Cassian is not like, oh my god, you're with another guy. You know what I mean? Like, I love Cassian. Cassian just said Farah wants you at the house. And she's like, which one? She has 5. Man, to be rich as Farah. So she feels very responsible for Elaine's sufferings and her father's death. But you're not really doing anything about it. I mean, you're just being mean to other people as if that's the solution. Cassian just said, if I can smell a few different males in here, then surely your companions can too. That's kinda gross. Most males bought their wives and mates jewelry for an outrageous winter solstice present. What did my man buy for Farah? A palace? I mean, this man has been setting standards so high because jewelry? What the hell? Get me a palace. Rhysand is here! Rhysand is here! Yes! Sit down, Rhys snarled, the raw command in that voice, the utter dominance and power. He's so hot. You're done. This behavior, that apartment, all of it. You are done, Nesta. And where? Nesta said. Am I supposed to go? You're coming with me to train, he said. Okay. I thought it's gonna be like, something cooler, but they're just gonna train. Okay. So Nesta is asking Farah, are these my only options? And Farah was about to say, I'm sorry, but she's high lady and she says yes. And Nesta is like, you have no right. Farah then says, she starts saying something. And then Nesta erupted. She says, you dragged me into this mess, this horrible place. You are why I am like this, why I am stuck here. Farah flinched. I mean, why is Nesta such a... I don't like her. She's so mean. And why is she blaming Farah? It's not like she's the one who dragged her into the cauldron. Like, I'm just so mad. Like, this is why I hate Nesta. Like, she's just so mean to Farah. Like, oof. Farah says, that's enough. That is enough. You're moving into the house. Yes, girl, tell her. So Farah is saying, I built a room in this house for you. I asked you to help me decorate it. You told me to piss off. And Nesta said, why would I ever want to stay in this house? Okay, I get your ego. And then Farah is like, because you're my sister. And then you know what Nesta says? She's like, yes, and you're always sacrificing for us, your sad little human family. Why is Nesta so mean? I still remember from the first few chapters of book 1 how she was with Farah, when they used to live together. Farah literally used to go and hunt, and God knows what Nesta used to do. God, I hate her. Farah says, if my sister cannot be controlled, then why would we have the right to rule over anybody else? Well, yeah, makes sense. And Nesta's like, I'm not a thing to be controlled by you. Well, control yourself then. Ha! Farah says you learn to control yourself. Farah and I, we think alike. And since we think alike, we should also be having the same husband. Okay, this is Nesta's POV. Farah had always been her own master, always got whatever she wished. Nesta thinks Farah got everything easy ever since forever, as if life has been a piece of cake for Farah. Okay. One thing that I have to acknowledge though, and I really sympathize this with Nesta, is how Nesta is suffering so much for her father's passing. Yeah. My heart really goes out to her. Cassian is telling Reese, you need to get out in the practice ring more, brother. Don't want that maid of yours to find any soft beats. And Reese says, she never finds any soft bits when I'm around her. Oh, reset. Can I just say how much I love Cassian if I haven't mentioned it already? God, he always acknowledges however Nesta feels, always making sure that she doesn't miss out on anything or making sure she feels included. I love Cassian. He's so sweet. Oh my god. Azriel is gonna live in the same house. So I'm just gonna say I'm in page 48 and still Az didn't make an appearance and I want him to come. Okay, yeah, I didn't mean it like that. I mean, I did. But he's gonna be here. I hope Elaine is not here though. Please, no. I just finished chapter 3 and Nesta's PTSD is bad, like it's severe. I hope she gets help. Kaz just asked Reese, why aren't you sleeping? And Reese said, I told you, I had some apologizing to do with my mate. You know how he apologized? Yeah. How to be fairer. Not eating won't bring your father back. Ouch. That was rude. Excuse me, Cass. I mean, I understand why Cassian is saying what he said, but that was a mean thing to say. Oh, well, at least now Nesta is eating, so that worked. Cassian knows his ways with her. Cassian really likes Nesta's pants. He's literally struggling. Man, this girl. So they came to train and Nesta is about to train. I mean, she's supposed to. But she's like sitting there and Cassian is like, get up, we need to train. And she's like, no, you can't make me do it. You have to drag me if you want. And everybody is there, like the whole Illyrian army is there. And obviously they're not really in good terms with Cassian. And Cassian is like, get the hell up. And Nesta is like, no. But, by doing that, he's humiliating him in front of other people. And in her mind, Nesta knows that what she's doing is wrong. So you do understand. So why didn't you get up? And then, when Cassian understood that Nesta isn't getting up, he's obviously very disappointed. He's angry. And Nesta is like, she couldn't stop the relief. Why are you relieved? See, that's the thing. Like, somebody is trying to help you. Take that help. Okay, fine, don't take it. But don't be a like, seriously. Why would you humiliate Cassian like this? Why? God, man. I just started to sympathize with her because, of her PTSD and how she feels about her father's death. But then she comes and does something like this again. And we're back to square one. I'm reading their training session and I have this intense urge to go to the gym right now. I forgot to give you an update regarding this new character called Gwyn or Gwyneth. She's in the library with Nesta. To be honest, now she seems like this sweet girl, but for some reason from the fan arts I assume she's more of a baddie, like Moore or Amryn. Oh well. Nesta just helped Gwyn with exchanging 2 books so that Gwyn's boss, Meryl, doesn't scold her. That's really sweet of Nesta. I liked her there. And it's nice that she's bonding with Gwyn. It's nice to see that, yeah. The house in which they're living in, this house is as much of a main character as these people are. It just gave Nesta some smutty books and food and a really good bath with oils and stuff and a chocolate cake. Please, I want to live in this house. Please. The first time I saw that look on your face, you were still human. Still human, and I nearly went to my knees before you. I just started chapter 16, so let's see. I think there's gonna be tension now. Cassian asked her about the book that she's reading. What's it about? And she's like, the book is about a book. All smut readers. Can be late. Cassian is telling her to work on her core during the training. And she's like, what? My core? Like she's thinking. Cassian is like, abdominals, filthy mind, too much smut. He's calling me out. Nesta just seems so left out. Like now that Elaine and Farah are bonding, she feels like, oh, okay, now Elaine is Team Farah. She's not with me anymore. Why? Ugh, God. Farah has always been supportive when it comes to Nesta. I love Farah. She's like this super sweet girl. So I don't know why Nesta even has this sort of doubt in her mind. So Nesta feels responsible for many things. I don't know why she's being so hard on herself. Everybody's telling her that it's not her fault and people want to help her. And instead of receiving help, this girl blames Elaine for their father's death. Seriously? Wait. Did she just kiss him? Okay. Let go. Make me smut. Nesta just said someone's quick off the mark. She's so mean. Poor Cassian. Did something happen that I, as your chaperone, should know about? That's Asriel. That's why he's my favorite. Like, he's got this dry humor. Oh my god. Elaine just had a wow moment. Wait, let me underline this. I went into the cauldron too, you know, and it captured me. And yet somehow all you think of is what my trauma did to you. Mic drop. Because it's so true. Nesta makes other people's sufferings her own. Like, everything is not about her. And finally, someone told her in a nice way. And that person was Elaine. Oh my god. I'm like being so anti-Nesta right now, but I have a feeling in next chapter when Nesta is gonna start talking about her dad, I'm gonna go all soft again. Nesta literally told Farah, can't you find the Trove? Girl, can't you? Because Farah has been doing everything ever since she was a kid for you and your family. So how about you start doing something? Farah's pregnant. I'm so happy. That's why Reese has been shielding her. Oh my god. God, he's so extra. Gosh, I feel so happy for them. We're going to be uncles. Okay, Nesta agreed to search for the Trove. Good. I appreciate it. I was getting sleepy, okay? But then Cassian, he started saying stuffs. Okay? He went to settle the debt, to return the favor. If you know, you know. Cassian saw her with her hair down for the first time, and he's just staring at her. And she's like, it's a nuisance when it's down. And he says, it's beautiful. What about training? This stays out of training. Okay. I mean, I get it. But what? But I get it at the same time. Okay, no, I don't want Azriel anywhere near Nesta, okay? No, that's just no. Call me jealous, but no. I thought about it and I'm not okay with it. Azriel should be like a brother to Nesta, and her thinking what she's thinking. I am very sleepy, so I'm gonna sleep now. I have read part 1/3 of the book, and I'm just very sleepy right now. As I said, I'm literally falling asleep while I'm reading. Good night. Bye-bye. I have started part 2 and I have read about 70 pages. So over here, Nesta is talking about Farah, how when they were younger, Farah used to, go to hunt to make sure that they don't starve. Nesta is actually acknowledging that yeah, she'd kept them alive, etc., etc. And then in the next paragraph itself, she's talking about Elaine. Nesta would have sold her body to make sure Elaine doesn't starve. Like, she loves Elaine that much, which I'm okay with. You love your sister, amazing. But what about Farah? You just said that she's the one who literally brings food to your table. My problem with Nesta is her not liking Farah. I'm just so Farah biased. Like, I love that girl. She sacrificed so much for so many people. And then there is Nesta. On the next page itself, she's talking about that Thomas guy that I forgot about. How she had to save herself. Over here, I felt really bad for Nesta. So this is how I feel about her. Like, literally, in the previous paragraph, I was so mad at her for prioritizing Elaine and not Farah. And now, on the next paragraph, I'm like, oh my god, no, Nesta, she went through so much. My feelings are so confusing when it comes to her. I don't think I've ever felt like this for any female lead characters. Ever. This is basically the scene in the dining room. You think it's over, but Cassian is like, no, we're not done. Azriel, he comes and he's just, yeah, so I'm about to get my dinner. So I'm liking this one thing that Nesta is doing, is how she's bringing girls from the library, like, the priestesses. She's bringing them together to train by the help of Cassian, obviously. That's really amazing of Nesta. I have to give her that. Okay, this is a huge spoiler. So, well, this whole vlog is a huge spoiler. Farah's unborn kid has wings, which is amazing, but it's hard to deliver the baby. Given her current body condition, it actually can be deadly and she may die during labor. And that is just so heartbreaking. And obviously Reese is freaking out. He just shared this thing with Cassian, although he said don't tell this to anybody, and Cassian, the next thing he did was tell Nesta. I have an issue with this. Farah doesn't know about this and it's not sitting well with me. Because it's her child. I mean, yes, it's Reese's as well, but it's her child and she should be the first person to know what is going on with her body and the complication of her pregnancy. Whatever decision that needs to be made, it has to be Farah's decision. And all these people knowing and not telling Farah is not sitting well with me. It's not right. I thought that as soon as Cassian told Nesta, Nesta will be like, why didn't you tell my sister? I'll go and tell her. But no, even she's not saying anything, so So I'm at the part where Nesta found out where one of the Trove is. So she, along with Cassian and Az, they're gonna go to this place and try to retrieve the mask. So once they go there, they are ambushed by an army. Azriel gets hurt and Cassian keeps Nesta at a safe place and goes to save Azriel. But where Nesta isn't actually safe. This really creepy creature called Kelpie comes in, literally drags her under the water, and it's just so difficult to read because I really felt bad for Nesta. Like, seriously. And it was disgusting as well because it actually reminded her of her time with that guy called Thomas, the way he manhandled her while she's like begging for God knows what, nature or whatever, to give her the power. She literally finds this mask, puts it on her face, and she literally can control the dead. And in the end, she ends up killing that Kelpie. That scene was so badass. When Az and Cassian, they came back to retrieve her, they saw her and she was like this super powerful girly with the mask on and with the Kelpie's head in one of her hand. And she was literally Lady Death. And both Cassian and Az, they bowed to her. Really badass behavior. Az knew where to slice up a male, knew how to make this last for days. I really like Gwen, and I understand that she has gone through some horrible stuff, and I don't know why, but I compare her to Amara, from Darkverse, the Emperor. She reminds me of her. So Azriel now came and is training the other priestesses with Cassian. There seems to be some sort of connection between Gwyn and Asriel. She did stare at him. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like her way more than I like Elaine. I don't like Elaine. Like, it's not that I hate her, but there's nothing to like. She's pretty bland to me. Farah said, throwing him a glare. We can't all be silver-tongued like you. Rhys winked. Good thing you benefit from it, Farah darling. The infamous headboard line. They're talking about Farah's pregnancy and how they couldn't find a solution. Rhys said, because I can't bring myself to give her that fear, to take away one bit of the joy in her eyes every time she puts a hand on her belly. I understand where he's coming from. This is not really his choice, is it? I'm not really hating on Rhys. I can't hate on Rhys. I don't like how the author is making Rhys not tell Farah. Is it just me or Cassian has been itching himself a lot? Ew. Tamlin just came. I thought this was going to be a Tamlin-free book. Nesta is totally hating on Tamlin. And I'm loving it because I hate him as well. Nesta is like pointing a finger at Tamlin. I'm glad you remember what happened to the last person I pointed at. I think Nesta was super savage here. I love it. Why is Elaine smiling shyly at Asriel? Cassian just told Nesta about the magic swords that she mistakenly made. Nesta found out that there was a possibility that Cassian and company wouldn't have told her. And now Nesta is really mad at Cassian because 1, he didn't tell her sooner, and 2, as I said, there was a possibility for her not knowing and for him not telling her. I understand her anger. But hello, what about Farah? You guys aren't telling her about her pregnancy. Nesta literally just ran to Amryn and is accusing her for not voting for her. Amryn just called her a spoiled girl. I agree. Nesta is saying, you know how I feel about Farah. And Amryn is like, yes, poor Nesta, with a younger sister who loves her so dearly, she's willing to do anything to get her help. Exactly. She's saying Farah doesn't love me. Well, you're such a sweetheart to her. What choices do you leave her? Nesta literally saw Amryn with Varian, okay, when she first came into the room to speak to her. And, well, Varian wasn't wearing any clothes, so he apparently ran half naked through the street to get Farah. I love Varian and Amryn. They're iconic. Okay, so Farah is here. Let me read this. Oh my god. Nesta just told Farah. Like this? God, I hate Nesta. Just because she feels betrayed by Amryn, now she has to make Farah bad about it. Like, obviously she can't go down alone. She needs to bring Farah along with her. Like, literally Nesta is telling her, you're going to die, and Rhysand didn't tell you, nobody told you, people might have voted, blah blah blah. And Farah is like crying and she's looking at her tattooed arm, you know, the bond that she shared with Rhysand. Because if she dies, then Rhysand also dies. And she's just so scared for her baby. That's why I love Farah. Like, she doesn't just think about herself. Even now, she's thinking about the baby, about her mate. Oh, now Nesta feels bad. It broke something in Nesta, broke that rage, that roaring. Seeing those tears begin to fall. What did you expect, Nesta? That she's not gonna cry when you tell her that she's gonna die, that her kid is gonna die, that her mate is gonna die. She had gone too far. Well, congratulations, you realized it. Always too late. Nesta couldn't bear it, the pain. Oh, please, you're the one who caused it. Amryn just said, I hope you're content now. I know, right? And what does Nesta do? She doesn't know what to do. She simply turned on her heels and ran from the apartment after causing so much drama, after making sure that her sister feels like shit. She goes away. I'm smiling because Rhys just told Cassian, get Nesta out of this city right now before I kill her. Angry Rhysand is very hot. I'm glad that he's mad at her. Like I am. Well, he's probably madder, but yeah. Oh god, I need a break, man. This Nesta, she gets on my nerves. This girl just learned some awful things and she literally had a breakdown. And what she does, she checks up on Cassian, making sure he and Nesta, they're okay. Well, she has the courage to tell me the truth. And obviously, as I agree with Cassian, he said, she told you the truth to hurt you. And Farah's like, perhaps, but she was the only one who said anything. See, these are the characters I like, who are mature, who sees good in people. She's the one apologizing, along with Reese. Nesta should be the one apologizing, but this is the other. Yeah, sorry, my battery died. Even my camera had enough of Nesta. Nesta is literally crying so hard, talking about her father, how she couldn't do anything to save him. Okay, I feel horrible now. See, that's the thing, like, I can't even hate her in peace. Can I just say about Cassian, how patient he is. I'll be with you every step of the way. Just don't lock me out. Cassian, seriously.